What is up with it, YouTube? It's Coffee tapping back in, man. And this whole Trump assassination attempt is about a week out, man. Has it been a week yet? I believe it's still so fucking crazy. Comment your thoughts about the whole situation across the board. What you believe to be true. If you believe a thorough investigation is gonna go down and everything will be revealed to the public, we'll find out if a dude acted alone or he was put up to it or other individuals conspired in some way, or you think it was just all this dude who is now deceased, like blown away right away. It's all someone saying when you really think about it. But one thing I think we can all agree on, whether you like Trump, you don't like Trump, after this, I just can't see any way that he is going to lose. I think just how insane it all is, what we saw play out and just everything going on, the momentum from it all. There's no way he is going to lose the election now. Let me know if you agree with me on that. But peep it. An athlete or former athlete, tennis star, Martina, how do you say her name? Martina Navratilova. Believe she's a Czech American. And comment if you're a tennis fan as well. When I was a kid, I used to watch like Agassi, Sampras. Who were some of the other greats? Obviously, when I think of females, Venus and Serena, no question. Some of the greatest to ever play the game. Martina, I feel like from watching this footage, she's from kind of like way back or whatever. But if you remember her, comment, and if she was a good player or whatnot, right? But she's saying Trump is milking this, and maybe he is. Like I said, it's gonna have this man win the election again. And everyone knows I'm not a political dude. I'm not on one side or the other. I'm just seeing what happened and saying the momentum and the publicity and just everything, he's winning this motherfucking election, period. But she's saying that Trump basically with this at this Republican convention a little while after the shooting, this Band-Aid that he's got on, the way he has it dressed, is like outlandish and not necessary, and he's doing it just to call more attention, like look at me. And maybe he is. I mean, that's probably, again, love him or hate him, however you feel about him, it's smart to continue to play off the momentum and the publicity and the controversy and everything else, right? Check it out. Someone said here, a good friend of mine is the charge nurse, level 4 FNP at a major trauma center in a huge city. She says there's absolutely no need to dress an ear wound like this unless half his ear was blown off. And even then, it wouldn't look like this. And then Martina shared that and responded and said, of course, this is obviously a PR stunt. The day after the shooting, he had no dressing on his ear, not even a Band-Aid. You know, she's like, oh, next day, nothing. You didn't even have a Band-Aid. Now you got your whole ear covered up like that. And you see the one person's talking about, yeah, I know someone who's a nurse. And they're like, this is absolutely ludicrous. So is Trump milking it? I think he is. It's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Why not go for it? Right? Like, it would be stupid, really, to not continue to play off the momentum of it all. And the fact that the man almost died, it's so crazy that it just clipped his ear like that. It's absolutely something that I think the world will never forget. And you know, there's a lot of questions people have about the way the Secret Service acted. Like I said, I really wonder if we'll ever get the truth about all this and about the shooter, and if he had conspired with someone else or it was just strictly his own plan, who's really behind it. You know, some people feel like the Secret Service was lacking, and you know, how come they didn't respond like well enough or quick enough, or how did they not clear that area where that dude was only 150 feet away on a roof, an obvious place that should be cleared? I mean, there's so many questions, but I'll tell you this. I remember And you see some of the footage here where Trump's getting in this SUV and leaving. I swear, I worked at a hotel, right, where a governor, not a president, a governor of New York at the time came there for some kind of convention. And it was wild, man. You should have seen the security. I worked in the restaurant. We ended up feeding some of the security dudes, you know what I'm saying, cooking up burgers and steaks and whatnot. They had the, fancy credit cards. They could run it up and get whatever they wanted. But there was like 4 SUVs that were outside that were continually running in case he needed to get in one and leave. There was a decoy guy that looked like the governor that wasn't him. They had him come in through one way, the decoy, and the governor came in another way. Like, the way they move is just so strategic and everything like that for a governor. And obviously Trump isn't currently the president, but still, I don't know. It's just all kind of wild to me. Like, it just seemed too easy for that guy to be able to try to clap him. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts across the board about it all. If he is milking this with the whole ear bandage and all that. But something else I wanted to get into that hasn't been spoke about as much, obviously, as this is dominating the news. I mean, it's insane. When's the last time someone, running for president or was president was shot at? It's just so mind-blowing what went down. But aside from that, something that hasn't been discussed as much lately is Trump's conviction in sentencing, which has been postponed. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't even fully understand what in the fuck is going down with it all. As I thought right away off the rip that would fuck everything up for him when he was convicted and he's gonna go away. But legal analysts were like, nah, he's just probably gonna end up getting probation. I don't know. It's all so confusing to me. But here's a bit of an update just as far as the sentencing and why it's postponed. And I need your guys' help breaking this down and trying to understand what's going on, as I believe he still has a whole nother federal case, if I'm not mistaken, that he has to face as well.
For what's happening tonight with this news and Trump's legal team trying to overturn that conviction, you're not representing him in that case, but you were there in the courtroom for parts of that trial as it was going on. Does anything in the New York case pass the test, in your view, that the Supreme Court established today in this ruling?
Yeah, absolutely, Caitlin. The Supreme Court was very clear that for acts that fall within the outer perimeter of the president's official responsibilities, acts that are presumptively immune from prosecution, that evidence of those acts cannot be used to try essentially private acts. So what we have in New York is a situation where a substantial number of official acts of the presidency, things that we believe are official acts, were used as evidence to support the charges in that New York trial. We believe that corrupts that trial, that indicates that jury verdict needs to be overturned, and at the very least, we deserve a new trial where those immune acts will not come into evidence as the Supreme Court dictated today.
Which acts are you arguing that were presented in the trial are official acts?
So one example would be communications made through official White House communications channels. Those would be things that we believe, based on the Supreme Court's opinion today, fall neatly within the outer perimeter of a president's official responsibilities and duties. So certainly with respect to those sorts of official communications from the White House that were entered into evidence in that New York trial, that would be the sort of thing that would run afoul of the Supreme Court's opinion today.
So like testimony from Hope Hicks, or what exactly do you mean?
No, I mean, there were, for example, tweets from President Trump's official Twitter account that were entered into evidence at trial. President Trump's Twitter account has been held by numerous courts to be, during his time as president, to be an official communications instrumentality of the White House. So those sorts of things would be official acts under the Supreme Court's ruling today, and therefore they were not admissible as evidence in that New York trial.
All right, so again, guys, comment. I need your help busting all this down and understanding it. Help me understand. I always say I do these videos to chop it up and talk about different news topics with other people out there, you know what I mean? So, let's talk about it all. But if you're new, make sure to subscribe. We talk about a lot of different topics over here. sports, music, news, current events, all kinds of stuff. But what it sounds like to me is, if I'm not mistaken, right, they're trying to get this ruling about presidential immunity, and that if am I understanding this correctly, that if Trump does win and is president, which, like I said, it seems that's definitely going to be the case now. I don't see any way that he loses. But is that what this presidential immunity is about? That if he wins, none of this will be matter and he'll be immune to all the charges or something like that? And they're talking about trying to overturn the conviction, certain stuff, social media posts and correspondence that went down from the White House. They're saying that shouldn't have been able to been used as evidence, if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to try to get a new trial. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to understand this all. And once again, I believe he has another case that he still has to face also. And it's just all so confusing to me. You know what I mean? And it's also something that, like I said, it was huge news when he was convicted. It's been talked about less and less. And then obviously with what happened, the assassination attempt, like, the court stuff is like an afterthought to a lot of people. But I don't know. There you have it. Just a bit of an update I wanted to put together to talk with everyone about. Let's talk about it all in the comments. Thank you for watching. Look forward to hearing from everyone. Subscribe, hit that like for me, and I'm out of here. Peace.